Scientists fear that within a few generations, the Amazon rainforest may not exist at all. It acts as a vital carbon store, holding the equivalent of almost 12 years of global emissions at current rates. But alarming studies have found that some areas of the Amazon basin are now releasing more carbon than they absorb, or it absorbs, and as a result of deforestation, of course. Well, joining me now is scientist and meteorologist Carlos Nobre. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Carlos. And we were speaking yesterday to a scientist who said that the tipping point, the point when the forest can't sustain itself, was getting very close indeed. What do you think about that? How close do you think a tipping point is?
Good afternoon. Yes, we are very close to the tipping point. We are seeing in southeastern Amazon huge areas of forest, close to 2 million square kilometers of forest. They are losing more carbon than removing from the atmosphere during the wet season, not the emissions from fire, from deforestation, from forest degradation. It's really the mortality of trees is increasing in these huge areas. So it's becoming a carbon source, and it's showing that all the southern Amazon is very, very close to the tipping point. If that is exceeded, we may lose 300 billion tons of carbon dioxide over 30 to 50 years, making almost impossible to reach the Paris Accord targets for 1.5 degrees.
And that in itself sums up just how important this rainforest where I am is. And I mean, just give us a sense of the scale of the importance of the forest to global climate protection, to use a word that is used often here. They say this forest protects people from climate change.
Absolutely, absolutely. The climate stability in the Amazon, for instance, the maximum temperature in a forest area is 30 degrees Celsius, and the forest recycles water very, very efficient, so increases rainfall over the Amazon basin by 35% due to this very effective water recycling, keeping this climate stability. And also this recycling of water is very important to make an export of water vapor to the south of the Amazon, to the Andean countries, what we call aerial rivers feeding the rainfall systems south of the Amazon. So this is very important mechanism which evolved over tens of millions of years. And we are disturbing this mechanism and destabilizing this climate stability, which would reduce rainfall in the Amazon, increase the temperature by 2 to 4 or 5 degrees in Central South America, and of course, releasing this huge amount of carbon dioxide.
So what would it take, in your view, to stop this happening, to stop this process in its tracks? Does it take a change of policy from the Bolsonaro government or a change of government?
Well, both. In fact, Bolsonaro's position has been always very similar to former President Trump's position. He threatened even to get Brazil out of the Paris Accord when he was elected in November 2018. Fortunately, Brazil did not get out, but still deforestation emissions in Brazil are increasing since 2019. Increased even during the pandemic. So really, we need to change the government, the federal government. And I hope that will happen to elections in 2022. But of course, we have all Amazonian countries together. We have clear-cut deforestation, 17% of the Amazon forest, and we have an additional 17%, 1 million square kilometers in several stages of forest degradation. So we are putting the Amazon at the edge a cliff of savanization. So there is no need to keep deforestation going on, because there is more than 1 million square kilometers already deforested with very low productivity cattle ranches and agriculture. So we need really to have a moratorium on deforestation and forest degradation, really a zero deforestation, forest degradation, and wildfires.
And Carlos, we've only got 30 seconds left on the program, but just give me how you feel. What is your sense about the future of the rainforest?
Well, we have really to learn more with the indigenous peoples who have maintained the forest for thousands and thousands of years, and who get a good way of life out of the forest. The greatest potential of the forest is in its biodiversity, in its ecosystem service.
Right.